partly it is specific. You still do not want to open up the lane, one of the most dominant junglers in the game right now. Angela, quite the menace, changes the math involved when you're counting bodies, when you're counting heroes. Chip just, and Luyi actually folds the map in half. Matilda, this is a specific call. I think there is something that Net Angels knows. That's why they're taking that out. And then, of course, the Jushin. The Jushin, which, by the way, about 24 hours ago, I stood here saying, hey, Jushin is a factor. Jushin is showing up. And here she is, about an 80-90% contestation rate.
No one believed you.
No one named
believed
Miracle. He said, nah, I don't think the teams are going to, I hate to put you on blast, buddy, but here is Jushin.
Yeah, I mean, after yesterday, after we saw the potential that the Zusin could offer, it's uncanny, and it really warrants that first phase ban.
She is a force to be reckoned with. A mage unlike any other right now, honestly. She has some level of protection, great CC that's easy to access, and continuous damage. Like an Alice with CC, imagine that. Like an Alice with CC. Opening up the draft, on blue, they're on the play. Net Angels picking the Terizla. I'd say, bar none, number one XP laner in the game right now. Great pickup. Put it on Hlang, and that's it. Bob's your uncle, or at least maybe Bet's your aunt. Specifically for MWI. But yeah, you can start so many fights. You can hold down lanes, take control of half the map, and early, mid to late, she's a factor. The answer, though, Ruby Valentina. As far back as a week ago. This is a great first two picks, right? Ruby, Valentina, the best of the best teams all around the world would pick these. And yeah, I love that DMX heroes are on that, which is par for the course. Looked at my notes, looked at the research. For a team that was built just relatively recently, they know what they're doing with the metagame.
Definitely Ruby, right? Ruby has definitely risen in popularity. I think it was amidst the Terizlas as well. Being a really good flex, right? I mean, Ruby can tri-flex, technically,
yeah, right?
EXP lane, roam, and we've seen the Ruby in the gold lane. Conditional, but we have seen that come through.
She's one of the few fighters that can actually do well in gold.
Exactly. And well, an argument could be made for CC.
When did you see that? Do you do that?
Fnatic Onyx, CC
that was a while ago.
The gold lane. Yeah.
That was a while
You know, with how fast everything progresses in esports, I would say a month ago is a while ago.
You're right. That's like two patches back.
Yeah.
Here we go, closing up the first phase. Minotaur and Harith for Net Angels, and the DMX girls picking up a comfort in carry, throwing it on the hands of Aslan here. All right.
Okay, so up until this point, they actually completely left the Roger untouched.
Yeah, this is coming down to taste. If Net Angels could have gotten the Roger for no question, right? Yeah, but they chose to put Sikoshi, or maybe Vanilla, rather clearly Sikoshi on the Harith. So I guess they're leaving it up to Vanilla. They're protecting Vanilla in that way, like letting her play what she wants.
And that's the thing, right? And if we're thinking down to predictions of the games and of the roles and, of course, the heroes that these queens are going to be bringing into the Land of Dawn, can we really do that? Because even today alone, we've seen so many debut picks. Benedetta jungle, we saw the Alice in the jungle. So give us an intuition here, Leo.
All right, I think this is a sentiment that Coach
He has definitely risen in popularity. I think it was amidst the Terizlas as well. Being a really good flex, right? I mean, Ruby can tri-flex, technically,
yeah, right?
EXP lane, roam, and we've seen the Ruby in the gold lane. Conditional, but we have seen that come through.
She's one of the few fighters that can actually do well in gold.
Exactly. And well, an argument could be made for CC.
When did you see that? Do you do that?
Fnatic Onyx, CC
that was a while ago.
The gold lane. Yeah.
That was a while
You know, with how fast everything progresses in esports, I would say a month ago is a while ago.
You're right. That's like two patches back.
Yeah.
Here we go, closing up the first phase. Minotaur and Harith for Net Angels, and the DMX girls picking up a comfort in carry, throwing it on the hands of Aslan here. All right.
Okay, so up until this point, they actually completely left the Roger untouched.
Yeah, this is coming down to taste. If Net Angels could have gotten the Roger for no question, right? Yeah, but they chose to put Sikoshi or maybe Vanilla, rather clearly Sikoshi on the Harith. So I guess they're leaving it up to Vanilla. They're protecting Vanilla in that way, like letting her play what she wants.
And that's the thing, right? And if we're thinking down to predictions of the games and of the roles and of course the heroes that these queens are going to be bringing into the Land of Dawn, can we really do that? Because even today alone, we've seen so many debut picks. Benedetta jungle, we saw the Alice in the jungle. So give us an intuition here, Leo.
All right, I think this is a sentiment that Coach Nadia of DMX will share from one coach to another. When you're drafting and when you're playing for a team, you have to respect the fact that yes, there is a metagame that you have to play to, but also comfort plays a huge role. When you tell a player, hey, this is the right hero for this moment, pick it, chances are that player's gonna struggle with it. Not just in the moment, but also in the long run because they're gonna have to pick it up. That's why here in MWI 2024 specifically, teams are either comfort or meta. Comfort or meta. There's a third one that kind of is an asterisk there, breaking the meta. But here, I think with the way that picks are coming through, comfort plays a very big role. So you listen to the players and you say, okay, if that's what you think we should pick up now to protect you or to have you play a good game, then let's do that.
So with the Yuzon being banned out now for DMX, do you think an Arlet could be picked up here?
Yeah, you got Arlet. You also have the Ruby still sitting. That might be your XP laner.
True.
We might see an actual roamer here or the jungler come up. And there you go, locking in the Ruby roam. There's your CC. But I'm pretty sure it's an XP CC.
Yeah, no CC gold lane for Eterna today. I mean, luckily so. I'm not really sure how it will fare in this current matchup, but carry on the other side, who do we have for the gold lane here? Harith. So we're lacking a mid laner up until this point.
And a jungler.
Julian.
Looking at Net Angels, I'd say a physical jungler. So the Roger came through. Look at that.
Roger's
still
up?
open. Yeah. Net Angels, again, we didn't mention it, folks. The Fredrin got banned. They took out the Fredrin. This is something that is curious because usually I would say that's a wasted ban, but there he is. There's a Roger. But DMX did not react. And now to close it up, Net Angels pick up the Nana. So there's your solid mid. A lot of burst there, and then the cleanup from Vanilla. And they close up with another utility jungler. All right.
That's why.
DMX, DMG, they're playing to a very specific meta. This is a I wouldn't want to say old meta, but this is a meta that they're comfortable with.
So Net Angels, maybe with the Fredrin being banned out and with the Boxia pickup, is Angelus more comfortable on the utility jungle?
Yes, they know something. Oh, Coach Knight of Net Angels knows something. Had breakfast with him the other day. Such a charming dude. They know something.
They definitely do. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Both compositions have been set in stone by both of these teams. No debut picks just yet. But of course, that Nana is going to be an interesting mid laner to watch out, especially in her lane with a Valentina. So we're going to ring up our casters. You there?
We are. Thank you very much, Eterna, and of course to Leo again. I'm Naisu, and I'm joined on desk here with Mirko. And we're heading on into Group B now. Last group, of course, to get through the group stage. How we feeling, Mirko, about the lineups?
I'm feeling good about the lineups, you know. I definitely got to clarify some things here. You know, Liam and Jonathan Green mentioned earlier that, you know, the Juicin has been doing real good.
Zucin?
Yeah, the Juicin, according to Naisu. But, you know, at this point, I think I've just been playing with the wrong Juicins, right? Because, yeah, the Juicins have been amazing. Not my Juicins on my team, though, for some reason.
Hey, you know, I don't know if you got to blame the RGs here for that or what.
Oh, no, I'm not. I was not playing solo.
Oh, you know, so whoever you're playing with, that's what, well, who was that? You know, it wasn't me, but look, I would say this as far as the lineups here that we have for this game number one between Net Angels and Dream Max Girls, this is a lineup that we don't typically see often. I mean, Nana from Cassie is here, and you know, you see this pop up once in a while, but it's really for certain lineups. This one can work though, because if you think about it, you've got a great setup potential with this. You play down into the Zaman Force, the Z Force, you drop down the Blitz. Whoa, oh. Early aggression already from Vanilla. By the way, Vanilla from Indonesia, an import. I'm surprised with this. I was actually, when I saw that, I was like, man, how do they end up even getting Vanilla, you know, to compete for this? But great to see from NetAngels bring in some import as well.
It's really, really cool, definitely, right, to see an Indonesian player playing for NetAngels here from Myanmar. So technically, this is the first time I think that Myanmar has like an import going on for them, right? Because even for the men's team, we don't really see imports from the Myanmar region. So really, really cool to see that already. NetAngels in the early game, though, you can see that aggression. Vanilla definitely has that signature Indonesian aggression as the Roger in this game. And it seems for now, Keria in the mid lane will have a bit of a tough time flying, doing some damage back. Angelus able to get the shield unity. Now with the Poisson's hybrid going in as well with the current call. Pops in a vengeance penalty, so stolen away. La La Land locks them down. Halang still able to survive. Cassie turns it around. Vanilla scratching them down with the Lycan form. Angelus trying to run away. Vanilla gets it to fade away. She runs away. Keria trying to go for the pick up. Flicker forward. Dora won't keep with the knock coming. Vanilla with the Lycan pounce gets away. Great response from Koo.
Hey, that import's looking pretty good right now, right? What a play. What a just a showcase of the mechanical skills here from Vanilla, as we were talking about. But the team, too, I mean, even from Koo, able to get that knock up there with that jump to keep her alive, basically, and help play that out. We're going to take a look at the STC replay. Look at this. This is masterful. Great setup, though, also, you know, from a DMG. But, man, Vanilla goes in. It's 1 versus 2 here. Cassie's like, I'm gonna go back, never mind, we're going. And then Keria jumps in under the turret, but look at that. That little knock-up was enough to buy some time to go ahead and cap out on it. You could see the reaction there from Keria. Now Turtle, though, for the taking.
Good Menace Fury by Koo, now with the penalty zone from Lang as well, locking him down for the boomerang to do so much damage. Angelus will just be taken out. And now it's Cassie who gets traded back. Good vengeance there from Hybrid, going for the chase on the Vanilla, who's on the Lycan form. Good disengage again from Koo. Lycan pounce ready up. Dora Wolf King canceling it out. La La Land trying to go for it. Halang, one more swing. Oh, Hybrid gets out with the dash in time.
Oh, man. I got to give it up to Koo again. Time and time again, she's there. She's playing the part, playing the role. This Minotaur is a nuisance because every single time DMG wants to go for a kill, it's like, man, Koo's in the way. And as they go on from the game, I mean, no one's been able to get the turtle just yet, but they just want to kind of duke it out. You know, they just want to fight for this. Still, both teams kind of waiting for the junglers to get in position here. So Angelus will go ahead and start this up. She's got the Molten Essence, too. Gonna help damage the turtle just a little bit. You know, very minuscule for now. But still, kind of pushing and pulling between the turtle pit. Gonna heal up from here, too. I've already joined, so now Keria on the front side.
Oh, the full target onto Vanilla. The current call, the penalty zone, but now they're all gonna be caught in the Menace Fury. 2 members knocked up. The turtle gonna be secured by Angelus there. As Cassie goes in with the boomerang, picking up a double kill. Keria running away as Koo and Cassie will disengage, going back into the mid lane, and now maybe go for a few shots on that turret.
Gotta respect that damage. You know, you don't see Nana often, but when she does come through, the damage potential is quite surprising this early on even. You know, now the fact that Cassie's got 3 kills in her hands, she's gonna scale it pretty well. Starlium Scythe also being picked up here by Sakoshi, has that available. Oh, Cassie able to survive. Flickers, burns the flicker, but that's all right. You avoid pretty much death here. And so with that, again, when you're talking about the objectives and fighting around it, the lineup that NetAngels had gives them the small advantage. So if you are DMG, you really want to play against that. And also for La La Land, you know, great movie, by the way, but La La Land, you want to be able to pick the right ultimates here. And when you're thinking about it, what do you take? Is it a penalty zone? Is it a Minoan Fury? Do you take your own Melina Blitz? I mean, you have a lot of choices here.
Definitely a lot of choices to go for. That's true. I think still it's either Minions Fury or Penalty Zone. Great moments to set. Yeah. Unless your team already gets a combo in. And I think right now, she actually does have the Melina Blitz. So really trying to hope for Keria or at least Angelus there. Angelus to really look for a big set or pick. By the way, also love that movie. Ryan Reynolds and Emma Watson, right?
Yeah, that's great. You know? Check it out if you guys haven't. But, you know, I'm sure that maybe the next person to interview, if they ever get a chance, ask La La Land if that's her favorite movie, right? Going back to the game here, you can already see Melina Blitz is being held on, but I think it's more so like, let's make a play here on the bottom side. We go in.
catching Ku. She's still able to just heal back up. Motivation roar. Sakoshi, though, in the bottom lane, does get chunked quite a bit, and she has the vengeance. So, going to be very, very susceptible to a lot of the CC, but she's going to be happy taking all that damage from the carry. Technically, for Aslan, she's going to be she has to be very careful when it comes to a lot of the initiations, because even if you get the pick, once she pops into Vengeance, Sakoshi, no one can really go for the all-in instantly. LaLaLand.
Okay, she was actually in a good position there, too. She might still drop it down for this. Oh!
Carrier went for I'm offended. Unfortunately, not able to connect Hlang there with the penalty zone. Locking Angelus down as the Molina Blitz does a lot of damage. Terrified down Hlang. Gonna be caught in the shred. Coming down from Aslan. Minus Riku steals it away. Gets a two-man knockup. Now Vanilla walking forward with the Lycan forward and the Lycan pout. Now scratching. Leo would say, grrr. That's right, Vanilla. Clawing through everything.
That's right. Leo would say grr. And Ku, man, talk about a performance on this Minotaur. They're still going to battle it out here in the mid lane, pushing them back a little bit further, but already the objective secured from Net Angels. And at this point, once again, they're going to play with the power. Look at this, under the Z-Force, they'll just take the turret. They'll take LaLaLand on top. Sakoshi, gone.
Oh, man. Just like at the Oscars, man. When you think LaLaLand is about to win it, Moonlight comes over and wins the Oscar.
Yeah.
Sakoshi's Moonlight.
Sakoshi's Moonlight. That's pretty much it. And, you know, with that, the kill that Sakoshi just got, too, against LaLaLand, it's going to help Sakoshi build up. Already the Feather Heaven locked in, working on the third item here. And this is where we see, I mean, how many times have we seen that matchup, actually, between the two gold laners where it's a carry and a Harith? And a lot of the times, especially when you get to the mid to late game, the Harith is still shining. But if carry can actually survive, we're talking about positioning, because if you're talking about range or position-wise, carry's got a lot to do a lot more work. You know, for the Harith, you just drop down the Zaman Force, you bob and weave through it with the Synchrovision, and you're popping off, you know, at that point.
Especially when there's not a lot of, like, lockdown CC.
There isn't. Oh, hold on, top side.
Wow, great escape still. Even though there's some damage down there, that's a three-man knockup straight into the Zaman Force, like you mentioned, popping the Vengeance and Vanilla. Now with the Lycan pounds onto Aslan under the turret. Goes back to gun form, goes on to LaLaLand. Oh no, she's trying to go for it, she's trying to survive, but Sakoshi again. Moonlight strikes again.
Moonlight strikes again. LaLaLand has to dance, but unfortunately will not be able to move on from that position under the turret. Turret secured as well. Man, Vanilla, super impressive, of course. And they're going to take a look at the STC replay. This was a great choice to try to set things up, but time and time again, Ku on point with Munoin's Fury, and then the cleanup crew comes in, Vanilla and Sakoshi. Gonna miss a couple shots, but then it cleans it up anyway. Exactly what they need, plus the objective is secured. You know, so I was talking about that. The scaling potential with this Harith is going to be at a crucial point already. We had the two items already locked in. Now with that whole interaction, you know, you're much better in a position now for the objective once it comes up here. And, you know, the Lord's already up. Endless Battle also picked up here. It looks like the Holy Crystal is going to be worked on. Usually we see it picked up, what, before the 11-minute mark, I would say, and you're on to a good position already. And it looks like she's going to do just that. So Lord's up. They're going to start it out. Looks like Vanilla's going to go ahead and pull up the Lord. For DreamMax, how are they going to do this? How are they going to approach this? You're going to force it in. It's already a quarter of the health. It does go through a reset. Oh, but Cariad really trying to struggling here, trying to find an opening. It might be all up to her. Because Angelus also kind of waits in the backside just to get the information. But look at Halang. The threat alone for herself. That might just be a free Lord.
Whoa, Hybrid trying to go for the steal. It's very tough to do that on a CC. And you can see it, you know, Hybrid got to pay the price there. Also using a Vengeance, by the way.
I felt like she thought she was more tanky with the Vengeance.
With a Vengeance.
But, you know, and it was kind of like we didn't have much of an option to do anything there if you're DreamMax girls, because they were kind of just watching the Lord get taken. Then it was like, you know, Carrier can't find an angle. So, you know, what's the plan there? And unfortunately, that wasn't it. So now they're going to work through this Lord, take it down. They run back to the tier 2 in the mid lane, but this is going to get taken as well. And they might still, again, force a fight, force a situation under DMG. Lord should be taken care of even before it gets to the turrets. But keep an eye. Net Angel still could possibly fight under the turrets, get these shields popped. It looks like they're going to make their way top side too. You got La La Land holding on to the penalty zone. So actually that might be enough. But here goes the shield in the mid lane. Melina Blitz, this is where it's super deadly too.
Definitely.
Down the straight end into the lane.
Ow.
Okay, again, she holds on to it, but shields are all going to pop in the base.
You can see the boomerang as well. The poke that Sikoshi has with the synchro fission even, because technically for DreamHack's girls, they're all really short range, right? So they're all within the range of the poke that usually wouldn't be able to catch them. If you're on, you know, longer range heroes, Sikoshi wouldn't be able to use the synchro fission as poke, but because of the short range, they've really been bullied by Cassie, Sikoshi.
Definitely.
I would say even Hwang, throwing out that first skill and getting a little bit of physical damage in. Some good reads here from DreamHack's girls. They're able to spot out just a bit there. I don't know if they know, but it seems that Angels, they just want to occupy the Kumar bush here, you know, recalling. There's some sorry ooh-woos. There's a Rebellion one too.
I don't know. Maybe Vanilla also influenced that. They're going to go ahead and go for this. They crashed in, though.
Vanilla running back to the team right now, gets Terrified down. That's a good penalty zone and the curtain call, but now it's another penalty zone coming in from Hwang, and that's Sikoshi with the Zaman Force going back and forth. La La Land still able to dash out of the synchro fission, flickers out too. Meanwhile, Vanilla somehow still surviving, despite her being the first target that DreamHack's girls went for. Hi, Birdie, she wants to go for a trade. Oh no, Vanilla goes in for the clear, onto the wave, now goes in for the chase. Hi, Birdie, can you run away? No vengeance. Now knocked up by the Minotaur, gunned down, and scratched down by the Lycan.
Is this a tank, Roger? Like, what is going on here? She got crashed in and still managed to be okay enough. She's not. She's damaged, of course. She's only got that War Axe too, but man, talk about just items locked in across the board for Net Angels, well on their way at 10,000 gold ahead from DMG. And you see that even when DMG tries to make a play, they try to set something up, try to get anything that they can. Ultimately, they can't because they're outgunned, they're out-itemed. You know, and at this point, we're talking about they don't have any space to move around with. They have no turrets down. This objective goes in the hands easily of Net Angels. So DMG, you know, we've seen this before in the past, you know, where teams are behind and they have 10,000 gold to work against. And really, when you have to kind of break it down, like how do they stay in this? How could they possibly turn the tables here against Net Angels and what they've been able to do? And also with the idea that they're going to get forced to fight even under the turrets. It's more so of survive the best you can in your base, hope that you withstand the push from this Lord, and then slowly turn things around. These kills also have to go to Aslan. But now Lord already on top side. They're going to have to defend against it. Keep an eye also on Halang. Flickers aren't available just yet. Turret's going to go down though.
Good Lord charge there with the enhanced Lord. Taking one, taking two in the bottom lane. Vanilla doing a whole lot of work there. 2, 3 base turrets now taken down. They're looking for the end game. Carrier really needs to go for a big play. Melina Blitz stolen away. Aslan gonna be able to pop or get out. Midas Fury 5-man knocked up in the air for the Synchro Fission to wrap things up. Net Angel secure an amazing victory.
I don't know who I would pick for MVP here, man. Koo's Fury. That's pretty much what it was.
There it is. Or is it a he? Chip's a he. Angela's pet is a little fox boy.
Wait, have we seen Chip being played so far?
This might be the debut of Chip at MWI, yes.
We'd have to double check that, but
He's been
for the most
constantly
part,
banned out.
Exactly. For the most part, he's always been banned out. So the Chip comes through finally, boys and girls, as we enter the first phase. And now, with the Chip being picked up, what would you go for here? Because technically, Roger, Terizla, oh, they still, okay. So there's so much emphasis on this Valentina.
Yep.
Terizla makes sense. We've been talking about how important and just imperative the Terizla is in that EXP lane with absolutely no counter yet. But why Valentina? This hero just keeps coming through.
She's just very reliable. Again, we now know that these two teams have a preference for dive comps. And Valentina, again, much like how Lala showed us in Game 1, at least some potential of it, some sliver of it, it's very good in fights. In and out, steal the perfect ult, and this will put DMX, G, and Coach Nadia in a very specific position where, all right, we have to choose the ults we open up. And I guess that's why Net Angels here, go pick it up.
So what would be the right way? Oh, Susin, okay. how would you approach this? Because if, like, in this day and age, when we're talking about meta picks, a lot of these meta picks really revolve around that big resource in their ultimates.
Yep.
So would you rather overwhelm them with a lot more choices or just completely stray away from it?
I think you're losing if you pick the latter. If you react to your opponent's Valentina, much like how NA forces DMX girls here to do, that's a losing fight. You're not able to play your game. So what I think DMX you should do is just forget about it. Like, don't
Forget
care.
about it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
don't care. And I think they did here. Even if, for sure, Valentina with the IMU will still get a solid chokeslam. Doing the math in my head, I think after stealing the Crimson Beacon, you will be able to get at least one chokeslam off. One Soul Snare trigger to at least slam one hero. It's going to happen. There's enough time in that transformation phase to be... Oh, no, never mind. No, there's no transformation phase. Oh, never mind. The interaction between IMU and Crimson Beacon, it's a non-starter.
So it can't be utilized at all.
Nothing. It's a relative waste to steal that ult.
Okay.
Your stacks
okay.
do nothing.
So then that's definitely more valuable for DMX now.
Correct, yes.
Right? And for Net Angels coming into the second phase, we do see the Fredrin once again being taken away from DMX.
They know.
The
They
utility.
know. They
Yu
know
Zong also gets taken off.
that Angelus likes utility junglers and that there's a lot on Hybridi. Because think of how Hybridi plays with CC. She likes diving. She likes just, getting in there. That's what Yu Zhong does. She's also a big Terizla player, but again, NA's not letting that through.
So what else would replicate that? Do you think they're going to go for the CC and the Boxia again?
I'm not so sure about the CC.
A dive hero, Lapu Lapu?
That's the next best. Tams maybe? Tams seems safe. I'm not so sure if a Hybridi has in here to play the Benedetta. That's another alternative. Doesn't have much CC though, like crowd control.
But, okay, right. Technically it could work because I'm thinking about the chip right now, and the chip has so much value,
Yeah.
being that it has so much leeway around the map. If
do
they
so
want to go
much.
for macro,
That's right.
it's very difficult to go for that split push.
Which is odd because one of DMX's main strengths, at least I'm assuming, is their team fighting. They're really flexing it now if they want to go for macro in game 2.
So what's the plan here?
Collapse. Just shortcut fight. Shortcut fight. Here we go.
This is interesting.
This is one of Sikoshi's pocket picks, the old favorite in Benedetta. You notice how you still have the Harith open, you still have the Claude open.
Klotz band.
Oh, never mind then.
But yes, the Harith.
The carry open, but she still goes for the Bea. It's just reliable.
And it's interesting, right? Because even if Chip wants to go in for that full 5-man transportation, they have the Carmilla, they have the penalty zone, and they also have the Beatrix to follow it up. So there is a combo that can work, but Akai and Arlet. We were talking about the utility junglers, not the Boxy at this time around, but the Akai comes through. Debut Akai for MWI.
Hey, we got 2 DODs now. Day 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looking at DMXG this time around, something tells me they're overloading on utility. At least they are consistent in the fact that they're very all-in-one. 4 protect 1 is what this is, right? Look at that. Your only source of damage, truly, is Aslan.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just gonna utility fight their way into a victory. But for NA, there's the Julian, the JJ from Vanilla. Very on brand. Roger was left banned out, so she goes to the next best thing. She likes to get in there.
I'm thinking, right? Because with the lack of damage from DMX right now, they need to buy a lot of time
Yeah.
for the Moscow, for Aslan to get to that power spike. And how much time can they buy for themselves, considering how aggressive the opponents also play, as we saw in game number 1. So with that, we're going to throw it over to the casters to finalize this best of 2. Naisu, Mirko, it's your time to shine.
Hey, Mirko, are you ready to shine?
I'm thinking.
Hey, let's jump into the game here. Last one for this matchup, this game between DreamHack Girls and Net Angels. I'll tell you what, man, if we had the lineup ratings that we're used to seeing in our regionals, the utility marker for this, I think, would be a max 10.
Uh-oh. Oh, the damage mark might be all the way up, man. La La Land on the Juicing. Oh, man, yeah.
DreamHack Girls utility.
They got Chip. They got Juicing. The Akai is the only thing that really stops them, technically, right? With how bad the Akai was at MSC, I don't know if it's going to be the same. I think this time they have a solid lineup to play with the Akai, also the Arlet as well. So
yeah,
it's going to enable a whole lot of the other picks.
But I feel like this is kind of hard because it's kind of like, where do you want to put the enemy team? Where do you want to put Net Angels? Because you can drag them, like we're seeing here with the flare. Boom, boom. You can
another one
spin them.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
She's forced to flicker out just like that. Ku had to flicker out. Now Cassie as well. Lane Kingdom. That's what Jushin gives you.
This is the power of utility. But I'm just wondering, like for Net Angels, you know, once your flickers are down, what do? You know, they try to make a play up top too, and maybe this is a chance once again. Vanilla is going to be utilizing the Julian. Interesting too, the fact that, you know, we saw the Julian just do crazy things earlier in the hands, you know, of Killway, but now it's Vanilla's time to make this work. Of course, still going here.
Good vengeance from Hybrid, able to escape from the enhanced chain, walks out of everything else. You can see Carrier also rotating up top. But this is a matchup that is already very, very scary, by the way, for the Arlet, right?
Yeah.
Tarizla taking all that damage and can dish out even more.
Even more. And so at this point, Turtle's going to be up, still planning themselves up this time in the XP lane, trying to get these level 4s available. Cassie doesn't have it just yet, but they'll go ahead, start this up, and they might get this unless Angelus does something here with the Sakai. Carrier there as well to help them out. Shortcut not available just yet, though. Level 4 still taking some time, but actually they just kind of wait. Oh, she's going to get dragged. Cool. Again, but still, neither team able to actually commit. They just want the level 4s. I think once all the level 4s are available, they'll kind of go for something and... Oh no, cool.
It continues there to Vengeance. The Final Slash not connecting, just barely there. Cassie, though, will steal the Final Slash. Gets brought back now straight into the Hybrid's Vengeance. Penalty Zone locking him down. Vanilla going in as well. Carry the flicker forward. That's a good first blood from Vanilla with the enhanced sightless. That's Halang brought back with the Lantern. Oh, Aslan's here. Takes the shortcut back. Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind. Oh, it's done? I'll go back. You know, so, and that's the thing. I mean, we saw so many times. I mean, how many times was La La Land able to get that proc and bring them back? You know, and that's something that we were saying is going to happen here with the amount of utility that they have. And so far from what we've seen, you know, Jushin that's what she does. She's able to burn these flickers, to burn these battle spells, and possibly put enough pressure with that alone. Carrier could be in trouble here.
Very low. Good Final Slash. Bringing 2 members displaced. Carrier going to be taken down right now, but Lantern once again will be used up. That's the beacon. Oh. But again, like Leo mentioned, it does nothing for you. You don't get the passive. You don't get anything with the beacon. Hybrid, a good flicker out of the penalty zone, as that would have been very lethal. Vanilla was there to capitalize. Great maneuvers by DMG.
So what's the answer against Jushin? You were talking about your RGs, you know, with her, and she hasn't been able to play like this. So, like, what is the answer that Net Angels needs to do to deal with the Jushin continuously pulling them away and back?
You either outrange her or you burst her down. It's like basic normal control mages, right? I mean, you'd really, technically you do have a little bit of self-peel once you get level 4, but hold up. Angelus, you're able to go for the heavy spin. Vanilla gets out with the enhanced sword. But yeah, it's all about trying to just poke her down before she can even deal that damage. And when you dive, you really got to try to chain CC her. Unfortunately, this composition, not really built to do that, right? Net Angels, and that's why you can see that the spacing is just perfect every time. Cool, can't lock you down. Cassie can't lock you down. She can go and deal a bit of damage, but now you can see that. Airborne brought back. Carrier's right there. Crash course, another knockup. It could have happened if there was the Terrify again. It happens, La La Land. Able to dash out? Whoa, yeah, just she got out.
She got out, and I'm wondering, you know, now that you see Cassie holding on to the ultimate, like, then does this allow her to also get the procs and then drag them back?
No.
I mean, this is not going to work the way that they probably want it to. And, you know, you're already seeing, I'm sure you guys, now that you've seen multiple games of Jushin, you're probably feeling like, man, that's a little bit of annoying. I'm trying to get away, but I just keep getting dragged back and forth from that. And so far for La La Land, she's just been having a great time. Again, it's constant.
Oh my God.
Who's gonna get real tired of this real fast?
I think she's already tired. She's gotten airborne twice and now into the crash course. She's forced to flicker again. Now the shortcut comes down. The vengeance is enough. Ku's gonna be taken down. The final slash not connecting onto anyone. That's a penalty zone. Locking 3 members down. La Land again still doing some damage. Angeles in the back line, able to find 2 on the heavy spin, pinning them down. Cassie very low, pops in a beacon, but gets dove on by Hybridy. Meanwhile, La Land, she gets the value when she pops the beacon. Vanilla still able to escape with the lantern. The lantern flare again, always just there.
The lantern flare is just, that's the perfect way to put it, man. It's always there. Final slash? Again?
Look at that.
Okay. It's getting ridiculous. The flare is too much.
Look at this again! Knock her off her leg! Oh, man, that was brutal!
La Land's making him dance, man. That's what she's doing. She's putting the flare there. She's pulling him back, pulling him everywhere.
I wouldn't call that a dance. You know, you're getting slammed to the ground.
Hey, you know what? It is. Look at this. This is an air dance. There you go. You're back. You want to run into the turret? No.
Nah.
Oh, man. This is tough for Net Angels because they have not had an answer to deal with La Land. She's 4-0-1. We got to take a look at the items to fall into place for her. That's a golden staff now picked up for Aslan. Has that available, but man, you know, this is the thing. This is like, if you want to talk about the overall utility of this lineup, they're able to do that because of what they have. She's only got the Clock of Destiny, working on the next item here, and you know, with that already, this kind of lead, it's like you don't even want to be in lane. From what we've seen her being able to do in the mid lane early on, you don't want to fight against it.
See, the way you actually try to bully the Jushin in lane is, again, oh, hold up, final slash onto 2 members. Good enhanced chain to try to disengage there. And he will be able to do so, but look at Keria. Already rotating over, no turret there, so they can actually go for a good shortcut into the crash course. The lantern, man. Lala just putting the lantern in front of them. That in itself has zoned them away. Look at that, look at that. Oh, Q, no! Stay out of it!
Stay out of it. The light is bad. Don't follow the Wishing Lantern.
For once, don't follow the light.
Don't follow the light. Stay away from it. And, okay, mid lane, they're going to try to keep it together. They actually survived quite a bit down in the bottom. Cassie holding on to the heavy spin herself. And, you know, so this is back to it. Like, Sakoshi, at least Sakoshi's probably just hearing in all the comms. Like, stay away from the lantern.
Stay away, man. They're like
man.
vampires, you know? You cannot get, the light can't touch you. You have to run back.
The light, the lantern is lava.
The lantern is lava. Oh, the heavy spin actually got them out. Now the 2-man pin down.
What a pin down.
He's gonna be brought back there. Good penalty zone to lock them down. That's exactly what they need. What a combo from Net Angels.
Sakoshi, the perfect. I mean, I was admiring the heavy spin, but then look at the setup they go, and that goes. Oh, front slash.
That's a 1v4. We've seen this before from Hybridy on the CC. Not able to find Vanilla. Now stun down Sakoshi. She got the triple kill. She has a chance to go for the unofficial Maniac. There's a flicker forward from Cassie. Straight into the sun. Hybridy able to get a few of those resets on the Vengeance. She has the stacks properly down. She doesn't have the flicker. But it seems she wants to go for it. Vanilla puts down the field there of the chain to stop that from happening.
Hybridy just stopped them from taking the Lord. You know, I mean, she went in with confidence. We're going to look at the STC replay. Look at this. This is perfect.
God.
Heavy spin,
Beautiful.
Great, but look what happens after.
Oh my goodness.
That was, if you're a Beatrix as well, that's what you want right there, right in that pit. Oh, you can see, you know, of course, the frustration because they went in for that. They had a good lead and everything else. But man, talk about the clap back. The answer right there coming out from Net Angels, of course. But still, even after that happened, I still got to give it up. You know, Hybridy, she stopped them from taking the Lord after that. Just going in 1v4 with the final slash. And real quick, taking a look at the items, of course, falling into place once again. You know, at this point in the game, very crucial. You got the Genius Wand Starting Scythe already here for Vanilla. You got, whoa, flicker in.
And the shortcut. I don't know if you want to take this. It's Aslan in the front. Cassie able to space away from the Lantern Flare. There you go. DMG now going onto the Lord. Still first Lord though. Cool. Walking forward. That's a Curse Blast. Onto the back as well. Able to find the Curse of Blood there. Halang in the backside. Doing some damage. Trying to isolate them. Meanwhile, Hybridy going to be caught. Angelus able to find the heavy spin. Sakoshi flickering out now. Cutting them down slowly but surely. La Land. Oh no, the Lantern Flare resists. Sakoshi's trying to go and stay out. No, she gets brought back again. It's a good shutdown. Cassie with the Terrify and the final slash, but Cassie needs to run away. Gets away. La Land again with the flicker and the flare. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. And no one's going to get the Lord off of that. It was a push and pull for both teams.
Uh-oh.
Oh, mid lane.
Flying. Flickers out. Has the Athena shield popped up there. Aslan just follows through with a few more spears.
Talk about this. And I don't know, man. Maybe this is the power of that utility lineup. The fact that they can go ahead, engage, disengage, re-engage, go back, and pull this off is the highlights of the fact that they have so many options to do that. And although they're going to keep Ku here at bay, no one's going to go for the Lord just yet.
Whoa. That's a good curse of blood. Lala gonna be very low. Penalties are not connecting though. Meanwhile, Hybridy getting the vengeance stacks now. Carry gonna be taken down. That's a Mirror's fashion now as the shortcut gets deleted. Ku in the midst of it all, still able to bait Aslan in with the Abyss Walker. Stepping out, Cassie again, going for the splash of damage, finding the double. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, they will go and not chase Aslan. They're forcing out the heavy spin. Angela's gonna be caught in the knockup, and again, a few shots down. Sakoshi with Nibiru takes her out.
It's just Aslan. Lord's going to be started up. It's most likely going to be taken. There's not much Aslan could do here. No Spirit of Destruction either, so that's going to finally be the first Lord of this game after we've seen a whole-on team fight after team fight for this objective. Net Angels will go ahead and take the Lord here. Man, what a fight for that. And again, you know, as I was talking about the utility for DMG, it looks like even in that fight, you know, it almost kind of bit them in the behind there because of, oh, Aslan goes in with the Spirit of Destruction, goes bottom side too, yeah. But the turret's already gone, so they got that tier 1 down in the bottom lane. Ku, though, put some pressure. I'm not sure if they want to fight this. You see the rotations already happening too. Hybridy makes her way there. But Lord is spawned now. It's making its way down the top side, up the top side, working towards that turret. The eyes are set here on this mid lane as well. They need the space to work around. Net Angels, though, they might. Do they have the answer now for the Wishing Lantern?
At this point, right, for DreamHack girls, they have still a lot of ways to clear the waves. They got a Moskov. They still have La La Land on the Jushin. Aslan taking the whole enhanced sight duration there. Force back Vanilla. Tried to go for the mobility. La La Land getting a little bit more, getting knock up as well. Onto Ku. Gonna go on the Lord. Ku still in the midst of it all. Now, right now, gonna be airborne. Caught in the pin as well. That's a good penalty zone into the Nibiru's Passion. Straight into the beacon, still able to survive. Halang taken down, but so does Angelus. And they get another turret. Slowly but surely now. Looking to go for the mid lane. Good enhanced sword to escape. Hybridy unable to go for that final slash. And now DMG, they are able still to. Oh, that was close. Yep. Almost connecting onto Ku.
Almost connecting there, but I would say for Net Angels, you know, they're going to have to do the work because if that Lord, what they were able to secure is any depiction, you know, DMG is going to make them work to get into the base. They hold on to the base turrets. Great for them. Items as well. They got 3 Radiant Armors over here to deal with some of that magic burst that we're seeing. Now, the question is, do they have enough to deal with the physical damage? Of course, now, because in this part of the game, Sakoshi, she's exactly on the path she needs to be. She has the BOD, Malefic Roar. She's got a little defense, too. She's even got, you know, a little magic defense to deal with La La Land, who's been shining with this Jushin pick. Interestingly enough, too, Cassie is holding on to the heavy spin. They might want to go ahead and set things up. Oh, playing.
Penalty zone now, baiting out the heavy spin. Curse of Blood, finding 4! Right there, La La Land pops to the beacon. The Nibiru's Passion gets popped up, but look at the damage bouncing back and forth. Now the air bomb, bringing Vanilla back. Still, great shutdown. La La Land putting the team on her back, but unfortunately, it's still so value for Net Angels. The flare almost catching Ku
from La La Land. And that's why, again, you see, you know, some of these defensive magic items being picked up by Net Angels. And that's just kind of to help deal with that. Their best bet for Net Angels, if they want to go ahead and win this game and cap it out, it's to avoid that, avoid La La Land's potential to drag them onward, but just set things up the way we saw previously. If that's a penalty zone from Halang, do that and then get that Curse of Blood off from Ku. Ku's probably, you know, the early game was not fun for Ku. Ku was constantly in the air, getting pulled around. So you know what? If you can get one great Curse of Blood landed down on multiple members, that's going to do wonders for them. She's even got the Athena shield for that extra magic defense. But also at this point, Lord is up. Feather of Heaven going to get picked up by Vanilla. They're gonna go ahead and start up. Look how fast they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know about this. They go up top right now. That's a good crash course and a shortcut as well, but I don't know if you want to go for it. Carrier gets bursted down. Vanilla capitalizing on it. They take the shortcut, but they're all split up. The Mirror's Passion all the way. They're taking all of the damage free. As a Winter Nature Abyssal step 2, but it's not going to be enough in the back line against 4. Now it's just La La Land. You can see Ku with the flicker forward, getting the stun down right now to La La Land. The gun down from Sakoshi. It can be chaotic. You can throw Ku around, but Sakoshi is free.
Sakoshi just pops off. And man, talk about a quick lore take. And then they win a very decisive fight. This might be it. Net Angels working on this mid turret.
You can see the corpses right there, the built-up frustration as well. They were in the lead, but the Net Angels fly high here in game number 2. What an extremely phenomenal comeback. Started with that big combo, and then it all clicked. They're like, all right, let's keep on going for these combos. Let's keep on splitting the Jushin from the rest of the...